The Podical sound.
Podcast, you can't win. Talking a good game, you can't win. Topics never lame, you can't win. Win.
Not your average Joseph. Marvelous.
It's ridiculously funny.
I'm marvelous.
I'm not your average Joseph.
We are the Podical sons.
Fat sons, right? That's
The obese sons.
yeah.
So
I am a cannibal's delight right now.
I identify as an obese person.
That's who you identify?
I identify.
I second that.
My pronouns are slap and fart. No. Let's start the damn show. How you feeling? Feliz Christmas Kwanzaa. This is on the Sunday, but you get on this on the Tuesday. This is the 27th.
Hopefully all this
infinity
food,
and beyond.
this food digests by then.
Get better. Yo, you're not fucking dirty. Hey, anything over... I look at it like this.
Yeah.
When you're a teenager,
Mhm.
you don't require sleep.
No.
When you're in your 20s,
Yeah.
you can skip a shit.
Yeah.
30s and 40s,
Did not.
you need both.
You need...
You need both. So if you ate all of this and you ain't shitting,
Yeah.
Please see a doctor.
You got problems.
if you're 20-something years old and you're hearing this and stuff, whatever, you be fine. You be fine.
Don't worry about it. Not
drink,
yet.
Drink some hot water. That's it.
Yeah, listen.
Drink some hot water. That's all we recommend to you 20-something-year-old folk. Those are the days, though, man. Those are the glory days, man.
Those were the days. Your body was a machine.
What? Take a licking and can keep on ticking. One fucking paper cut now will take you out of the game.
No.
I was cutting up in some boxes
Yeah.
the other day at work. I was like, I seen it. I'm like, is that my blood? I was like, oh my God. And then I felt the wind hit it. It's
Yeah.
a wrap.
I remember I must have been underneath the age of 10.
Mm.
When I was running, I felt and I scraped my knee like in the morning. No word of a lie. By the evening, that shit was healed. Scab, gone, everything.
No. That's the X-Men theme. Wait, we can't get sued if we do the beat.
Nah, and I think you like certain amount of seconds. If you go past certain amount of seconds,
How long is a certain amount of seconds? So if I go like past 5, it might be a problem.
might be a problem if you go past 5.
No.
Those are so slow seconds, Mark. You're flirting with danger.
As I stopped at 3. My 3 is the 05. See?
Right, okay.
We are not the same.
This is good.
We are not the same. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the subscribe button on the YouTube.
All
What
of
up?
that.
Follow. We love the comments. We appreciate the Ask the Sons of the above. And
This is the last one for this year.
This is the last show for the year. This is the last show for the
Wrapping
year.
up 2022.
2022, a lot happened every year.
Mhm.
I feel like a lot has happened every year. And I just feel like us as people, we
You're
probably
right.
concentrate a lot more since COVID. Because I want to say, I feel like the way how people digest information since COVID
Right.
has, to me, magnified.
Yeah.
The reason I say magnified, because even like the kids, or to say like the teenagers and the 20-somethings and stuff, whatever, you won't think they would be politically informed. I want to say, in my time,
Right.
I want to say we probably just think, okay, we got the right to vote,
Right.
right? And now you have 18 years old mayors in
Yeah.
rural Arkansas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, those are big things and stuff like that. And I don't want to put it all in the pandemic, but I just feel like we digest information and we have more time to kind of process some things.
Right.
Thing is, though, I feel like people just choose not to. Like, 'cause they're looking like, do I care enough to, let's say, follow a story?
Right.
Or do I not give a damn and stuff for them and just quit right here after somebody tells me, like, about this little piece,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I feel like, shout out to all the lawyers out there who got their bootleg degrees from just looking at the Phoenix University commercial, because fucking Meg Thee Stallion and this Tory Lanez thing, there's mad lawyers out here now.
There's a
But
good
we'll
amount of
get to
lawyers out there.
We'll get to that.
We'll
get to that,
there.
whatever. So, what are you grateful for stuff this year? Any big things you learn? Any big things and stuff, whatever things that's not too personal that you're okay to share?
Nah, you know what? I'm grateful that I was able to get the Airbnb off the ground.
Yeah.
and in time for the summer, and it did its thing. You know what I mean? And
Nice.
So I'm grateful for that. And I'm grateful for the ventures that I took part in. And
You had not to cut you, but
Yeah.
you at 40 and stuff. But when you do these ventures and everything, do you consider them like very, very calculated, or you're just kind of like, you know what you know, and you're just gonna go for it?
I consider them somewhat calculated. Obviously, you can't predict how the future is going to work.
Mm-hmm.
But I think at 40, you still understand that you gotta have some sort of safety net or a little bit of cushion just in case of things don't pan out the way that you want them to.
Is the risk kind of? Do you consider the risk kind of greater? Like if you might lose, you might have more to lose now compared to like, let's say, younger time.
I think there's less time if you lose to just make it back up. Where if you're in your 20s and you're doing these things and something goes belly up, well then you have
Like
X amount of years.
Like my food baby.
Just like a food baby. You have X amount of years to go ahead and rebuild, get yourself back to a position where you can try again. At 40, going to 50, there's not that much time before you reach 60 or whatever is considered retirement age, where you're not as active, where you may need a little bit more time to do things. So yeah, but again, it's with age comes wisdom, right? So like I said, there's a lot of putting cushions in.
I don't want to question nobody's
You don't
intelligence,
want to
but I mean, there's a few people
supposedly with
scratching
age,
like 60 and
supposedly with age comes
okay.
wisdom.
They
And
say the
you would
LGBT
hope.
days. They say,
you would hope.
yeah. The reason why I ask and stuff, whatever, because I look at this stuff is where, some people do go by the yearly, let's say the yearly increments,
Right.
to say, okay, from 2021 to 2022, these are my growths, or these are the things and stuff I witnessed, or my changes, or my shortcomings, my downfalls, to like my highlights and my achievements and everything like that. So a lot of people, some people use it by their birthday. So they might go for like, at 36, I was this.
Right.
And I was doing this and that and the third. At 37, I'd be doing this, whatever, right?
Right.
So it's kind of like the measurement thing. I want to say human beings are the only creatures and stuff on the planet that kind of go by the increment of time.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like, are we striving to be better than what we were yesterday? I am personally, but I don't, and I'm not speaking for like the masses or the people who hear this and stuff like that, but it's just a situation where I'm always curious. Well, part of the reason why we have these conversations is because I'm always curious on how you think.
Yeah.
So I look at it stuff as where like, how would you measure like, your achievements, your growths, your downfalls and stuff like that within the year of like from December 31st, 2021
Yeah.
to December 31st, 2022.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm just curious.
Yeah.
That's why I said, if you're comfortable with sharing, then yeah.
What I think of, like in this day and time, where I think within the last decade or so, we've been preaching this whole work-life balance, where you can't always be spending your time working. You got to spend your time enjoying a little bit of life. But it would have been advantageous if we were taught in, let's say, our productive years, being the ages from 20 to, I want to say 35, going to 40, life future balance.
Life
Future balance, right?
What speak on that? I don't know what that means.
Well, what I mean by that is, we're always, at that age, we're told, oh, you're young, you have time, right? And even though you are young and you may have time, if you had put in certain practices in place from then, you wouldn't be probably preaching work-life balance now, because it would have been a steady thing. You know what I mean? Instead of you just enjoying life to the fullest in your 20s, you're enjoying life a little bit, but you're making sure your future is secure. Then now when your future comes, you're still kind of on that path. You're still working towards building stuff, but you still have time to enjoy life. It's not now where you're not pedal to the metal and always considering going hard because you want to retire with something decent?
Out of 10.
Yeah.
How many 29 and under year old people? No, I'll go a little bit lower than that. I want to give people the benefit of the doubt.
All right.
How many 25 and under out of 10
Out of 10?
would listen to a non-famous, like not famous,
Right.
adult
Right.
or someone older than them
Right.
who's offering them advice? Because a lot of times and stuff, whatever, you got to have like a celebrity designation behind you.
Yeah.
Or you done did some great achievement
Yeah.
for most 20-somethings and below to listen to you,
Right. Right.
right? Well, because I look at this stuff, a lot of the shit I want to say, and there's no shade to Jay. Like
Yeah.
I look at this stuff as like, I speak about how much I like Jay-Z and stuff and his lyrics and all that type of stuff, whatever, right?
Right.
But some of the shit that Jay said, my parents or older heads around me has said it
Yeah.
before, lessons.
Yeah.
But I've never processed that or digested that to say like, okay. But then when it comes around to like me hearing it now, like if I'm Jay saying it, I can relate like, Smooth said that shit when I was like 18.
Right. But let me ask you, is it that you never processed it then or felt like you have time to get to what they were saying? And right now, you just want to party and bullshit.
No, I looked at it where, see me, I'm different.
Right.
I'm not the average and stuff, but I want to say for myself,
Right.
I'm an overthinker. So I process a lot of shit.
Okay.
Some shit I don't even need to process and stuff like that, whatever,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So okay, I'll give you an example. You and I probably shared the story on one of the episodes of the podcast stuff before, but I remember like long time ago when I had just came to Canada,
Yeah.
we were driving somewhere. We saw a little thicky chick. She kind of chubby cute and everything like that. You like, yo, you should go talk to her. I'm like, nah, she got some weight on her or some shit like that, whatever.
Right.
And everything like that. I can say that because I am identifying as fat today, as obese. So I identify, so it's not fat shaming if I'm talking about myself. So let me get my gut out so they
There
can
you go.
see. But I look at it stuff as where you're telling me, I remember something, I'm paraphrasing this stuff, but you said to me, you said, yo, that's soft things. And that's the, you're like, you're young now. You're immature. Like,
Right,
yo,
yeah. You'll
later
think
when you become
you'll
a
think
man
differently.
or
Yeah.
you get older,
Yeah.
you're gonna think differently. You're gonna be like, oh, it's gonna be sexy to you. Stretch marks and all that type of shit is sexy to you and all. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, you were saying that, I was like, oh. And I just thought about it, but I always held the lesson. Right?
Yeah.
But then a good portion of like, like I said, I don't know, like for me,
Yeah.
out of the 10,
Yeah.
I want to say teenagers that might take in that, or like under like 25 and stuff, whatever, might be 3 max out of 10. The rest of them aren't going to listen. So if you come to them with saying, this will help better your life, this will help change your life, this will make you into an individual, you don't have to like work, grind.
Right.
You can have something in the future and you can do and partake and stuff, whatever. 3 out of 10 will take that lesson.
I would say between
I'm
three.
part of that 3.
I would say around 3 to 4. And the reason why I'll give it the 4 is sometimes you'll grow with people that you respect. Right? And they might not be the Jay-Z's, they might not be the super successful, they may not have things that you deem successful, but throughout your life, they've never given you like a bad advice, even if it was like not even pertaining to finances or anything like that. They've never steered you wrong, and they've always been in your corner. So you might tend to listen to that person.
I hear what you're saying.
Just a little bit more than anybody else, let's say, or you might tend to go to that person for advice. I think the person that you're willing to go to for advice is someone that you probably would take more weight with their words. The reason why I ask you about if you think it was more of you knowing and then just thinking that you would get to it later is because I was like that with my mom. Like my mom always preached real estate. She preached real estate to like all her kids. Right. And at the time when she was telling me to get in on it, I was of the mind of, yeah. I can always do that later. Right. And just knowing that it's a good thing because I see my mom being successful in it.
Right.
But I'm like, that's not where my mind is at right now, right?
Okay.
Not knowing that, you know,
You don't listen. You're out of the percentage that didn't listen.
not knowing that, hey, you know what? It's not something that it has to take 100% of my time. No, I just got to give it a little bit of time, right? And that's what I'm saying. Like that whole life future balance. Because I could live my life and give it a little bit of time now. And if I had given that a little bit of time now, where I'm at,
circle life.
yeah, where I'm at, I'd be like, because just the other day, like I look at my wife all the time. Like we're into real estate now, right? We're doing Airbnbs and that type of stuff. But I look at my wife and I was like, shit, if only I had listened to my mom then and acted then, you know what I mean?
You'd have been on the bus stop with the damn photo and you in the suit and the Steve Jobs pose like this.
Right, right. It'd be just less of work now.
Right.
Right?
Right. I look at it stuff as where you don't really take in some of the advice and stuff that you were given.
Yeah.
And stuff, but I think that'll be a true testament of stuff. I think maybe I would start preaching to my son.
Yeah.
And I start preaching the stuff like to other younger people and stuff as well. Like, if somebody hasn't given you any bad advice, just hear them out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just keep hearing them out and stuff, whatever. So if like I come to you and stuff, whatever, like, oh, my pit bull died and I feel sad.
Right.
Or my goldfish needs an abortion and stuff like that because Jaws done gangbang and raped and, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and I came to you and stuff in these times. So now I'm not coming to you for anything. Right. But then you just bestow me with some knowledge or something like that.
Yeah.
And everything. If I've always come to you and that, you know, you've always given me good advice, when you're ready to drop gems and stuff, and I should be ready to receive it.
Right, right.
And understand the stuff that what you're saying to me should more benefit me than hurt me.
Yeah.
And I think that's the aspect that most children don't really understand when it comes to their parents.
Yeah.
Right? Because a lot of people are like, yo, I'm grown. Don't tell me nothing to do and everything. Like, I'm legal. I'm able to buy my own alcohol.
Right, right.
Don't tell me what to do. But we're like, you're giving me all these tools and then I don't utilize them. And then now when I realize these are my shortcomings, you're like,
well, I think this phrase is so underestimated. The more things change, the more things stay the same.
Mm.
And I think we always look at our parents when they're giving us advice as, well, that was in your time. You know what I mean? It's like,
zeitgeist.
Yeah, that was in your time. Like, things are different now. Things may be different now, but there's certain things that remain the same. And these are some of the things that they're telling you about. Like, investing. Like, people have been investing since, you know what I mean, the 1920s, been putting stuff in. And getting stuff out. So it's not like it's not a proven, or it doesn't have any like track record behind it.
Mm.
Things change, but like that as a moneymaker has stayed constant, right? So when your parents are talking to stuff like try not to shut out certain information, I guess is what I'm saying, because it's been proven, it's been tested, it's been proven. And if it worked for them, it could possibly work for you.
That's fair. That's fair. Let's get to the polls.
Let's get to the polls.
First poll of the week says, do you ever stop loving a person? And 70% says, yes, you do. Do you agree with that?
I don't think you stop loving them completely.
Ooh, speak on that.
Yeah, no,
I feel like this is where we differ.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of people, I think I have an idea of what you might say, but I want you to say it.
Yeah, I think it first and foremost, it takes a while to fall in love. And I think it takes almost, if not more time, to fall out of love.
Really?
Depending, and it's going to depend also on what may have brought you to that point. Now, if
what point? To fall in love?
To fall out of love.
Oh, okay.
Right. Whatever brought you to that point. Like, you may have just grown apart. If you just grown apart, it's not it's not that you don't have feelings for that person. It's just that you no longer either have a need for that person or feel like you have a need for that person in your life, right? You still care for them, though. You understand? So situations like that, if they were ever to call upon you, or if you were ever to call upon them, they're not going to turn their back on you because there's something still there. You know what I mean? Even though it's
I'm not about to call
solid.
my ex and tell him, like, yo, real quick.
Yeah, but what is it that your ex has done? Because I have exes that, you know what I mean, if we've ended, how do you, amicable? Ended amicable, right?
Amicably.
Amicably, right?
I got you. Don't worry. I got you.
This
Leave him alone, Ben.
This is my dictionary.
Leave him
You know
alone.
what I mean? It's good. And not to say that I would call upon them, but I can call upon them, right?
Right.
Then you're gonna have those who are.
I can too. It's just
Well, you don't feel the need to.
when I'm done, I'm done.
Well, as I say, when I'm done too. But like I say, like there's no animosity, so it's not like I hate the person. And at one point, there was something there, right?
Of course, that point has gone past long time ago.
And then there's this, there's the where it's just you can no longer stand each other. At one point, there was love, but you can no longer stand each other. And I know people like that where it took them for a long time to realize the relationship that they were in was not good, and it took them a period of time to fall out of love, right? And I'm sure if I speak to them today, they'll probably want to say, you know what, it's something that couldn't work out. It's not that the love is no longer there. It's just it's toxic for me to love them. Right? I still love them, but it's toxic for me if I continue that way. So I believe it's possible.
I'm on the no side because, I look at where, well, when I'm there, I care.
Right.
And when I'm not, let's say this. I think from my early 20s, like I said, I'm a different kind of weirdo. I'm a Sigma, right?
Right.
I looked at it where I want to give 100%.
Yeah.
So if it doesn't work out for me, I have no one to blame but me. Like,
Right.
I don't like the regret thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't like the regret and everything and stuff. And I consider myself a sorry ass man.
Right.
On the level where I do some things and stuff sometimes where I might have to apologize for.
Yeah.
Like say, I'm sorry. So me saying I'm sorry is not a hard issue like how some people and stuff like, oh, I don't, it's hard for me to say I'm sorry and everything like that. I'm not. But my thing and stuff is that if I'm in a relationship and stuff with somebody, I'm giving all I got, Captain. Like, I'm giving it 130% as much as I can and stuff and everything like that, right? Now, if the other person on the other side of stuff, the woman on the other side looks at stuff like, nah, I feel like you're giving like 70, then I have to look and evaluate like, maybe I can do this a little bit better.
Yeah.
Maybe I could improve on this, but I'm looking like, this shit ain't changing right here. So if this is not good enough for you and stuff, whatever, then like, we'll just call it a day because I've done all I can do.
Yeah.
So then therefore, if we realize that like, this is not going to work for us and it's amicable.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Deuces, respectful. You act ladylike. I act like a gentleman when I see you.
Right.
And all that type of stuff. We can acknowledge some stuff and then that be that. But I'm not going to have one of those moments and stuff where I'm there eating ice cream. Oh, I see her face. Keep bleeding, love. Is that short enough? Is that short enough? Less than
that's
all
short
right.
enough. That's short enough.
You know what I'm saying? That ain't me.
Right.
That ain't me. And my thing and stuff is that I seen this. I used to talk to this girl and stuff back in the day. She had this tattoo on her and I fucking loved it.
Right.
Do not be fooled by the emptiness. There's so much room for the happiness.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right?
And I looked at it and stuff and I remixed that for the Associated Sons and stuff, whatever, too, because I always loved that, right? And I looked at it, was like, it's so true.
Yeah.
Instead of concentrating on stuff like why me and Tata Lalesh just didn't work out and everything like that.
Right.
I can make room for another woman.
Yeah, you can.
And I can like, you know, eventually make time and stuff and make space for like that to probably even be better than that. That's not my targeted goal.
Right.
My goal and stuff is just like whatever it is for that person and stuff, whatever, right?
Right.
But I look at it like, yo, Totalicious is a thing of the past.
Right.
Yes, we shared a time, we shared a moment in time and stuff, whatever. There's some lessons and some things learned myself, and then that's it.
But okay, but going back to what I'm saying though, like, was it long enough? Was it long enough where you can say to yourself that you love Tati Analicious?
Tatalicious.
Tatalicious with it.
You can't even say it.
I got tongue tied on that one.
Tatalicious.
Do you feel like it got to that point where you can say like, yo, I loved her and I would have married her? Because I don't think it's that easy to just go cold turkey on a certain set of feelings.
No, I think so. You're right. It takes a different type of level and stuff for that because my girl, she said this to me and stuff one day, like I think like sometime early in the year.
Right.
She said something to me. She said that how many women that I've been with, I would have taken to the altar. Okay. Right?
Yeah.
And I actually looked at it and stuff like that where, well, I'm in a different, state of mind and stuff in my space and stuff, whatever now.
Yeah.
Where before, like excluding, my current, I look at it stuff as that it was really and truly like three.
Okay.
Right? And then she's like, and how many did take to the altar? Whatever, right? So I was like, one. So she's like, you only was in love one real time, whatever, right? And I was like, tell me about my fucking feelings. They're my feelings. They're my feelings. Who the hell is this woman and stuff, whatever? Just coming into my world telling me like, yo, my feelings was negated, whatever. Like, no.
Yeah.
If I called you a girlfriend, I've dated.
Right. You've dated.
I've dated.
Yeah.
But I've had like less than 10 girlfriends.
Yeah.
I feel.
Yeah.
Now, if other women call me boyfriend and stuff, whatever, that's rape. I didn't give consent to that.
Right,
It's like,
right.
we got to give one of those things.
Right.
I even feel like some women finesse me and stuff into some relationship shit. Like, I remember one time I was talking to, I was with a girl, we're out, she's like, this is my man. I'm like, when? When did we declare this?
How did we get here?
But I didn't want to embarrass her because she introduced me to somebody as that, whatever, right? It's not even like, it's my friend and everything like, this is my man. And I was like, whoa. I was like, okay. So when we got a dolo like by ourselves, like, hey, I thought we were just
chilling,
having fun.
Right.
So if to her, the one to the altar and stuff would be like the only one that I loved and everything like that, I feel like no. But I feel like if it came to her to the altar, like my ex to the altar and stuff like that, and then the other previous women and stuff, that's not going to negate the other women and stuff and how I felt and stuff, whatever about them.
Right.
But I know for a fact for myself, if I'm in something, I'm going to give it 100.
Right.
From business to everything that damn near touch.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm going to give it 100. And I gave the relationship 100. And if it didn't work out, whatever, I have minimum to 0 regrets. So that's why I can just, all right, well, fuck it. It just didn't work. It wasn't for me.
Right.
Let me look for something that's for me.
Yeah. But there's difference between having 0 to little regrets and just simply just no longer having feelings for somebody.
But like, what do we consider feelings? Like, oh, if I see them and stuff, will we go for drinks as friends?
I'm saying if you see them, if you see them,
like in dire straits,
and there's the suffering, and like your heart would reach out to hurt them. Succotash.
Like like succotash. Like I don't want to see no one suffer.
Yeah,
I look at it was.
But you would
do unto others,
but especially someone that you know and at one time
you saw me naked. You saw me naked.
Yeah.
If you saw me naked and stuff, I was in my birthday suit and stuff and everything, that's a vulnerable moment.
Right.
Most of the time when people see me, I got clothes on. I'm not on the gram thotting it up.
Yeah, right.
But as I'm saying, like,
watch out for the feet episode on the OnlyFans page.
Shit. Y'all about to get this, whatever. Like I said, the holiday edition, I got like today I got the Nutcracker socks on.
You got the Nutcracker socks?
I got the Nutcracker socks, so you don't see them out here looking like that?
Okay.
But on the OnlyFans, boy, you get these feet pics. You get these feet videos. But I don't want to do unto others you would have done to you.
Right. Yeah.
And I wouldn't want no one to see me I don't want to see anybody suffer.
Right.
I would like to help those and stuff and everything like that if I can, if it's within my powers and my means and within my time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't want to see them suffer, but it's not like I help you and we're gonna get back together or as Mary Poppins.
No, but I don't think
some of them.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
A good portion of them and stuff, whatever. I think they think that's what it is. Because I was cordial and stuff with somebody, right? Let's say we had something.
Right.
Didn't work out.
Right.
Amicable. Thought we came to an understanding. And she asked me for a favor.
Right.
Right? So when she asked me for a favor and stuff like that, she said, could I help her with such and such and such? Cool.
Yeah.
No problem. Like I said, it's amicable.
Yeah.
I'm like, I had the time.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't going out my way too much or something like that. And I did set favor for said woman.
Okay.
Then she came back and stuff, whatever, after I did set favor. So what are you doing and stuff, whatever, like the Thursday or something like that. So I'm like, mind my damn business. I'm like, why? You want me to do another favor or some shit like that, whatever?
Right.
She's like, no, I thought I'd take you out to dinner and stuff, whatever, to tell you how much I appreciate what you did for me.
Right.
Or you can just tell me thank you right now. We can just hang up our phones and call it a day.
Yeah.
Why are you being so standoffish and stuff? It's like you don't want to see me. I'm like, I don't care to see you no more. Like, she's like, yo, you don't want to be friends? I have tons of female friends. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, for me, when I'm there, I care. When I'm not there, I don't care.
Okay.
That's just me. So that's why I'm like, yo, I can stop loving a person and stuff like that. But I hear your side.
Yeah.
What you're saying, and I would never negate that or stuff, whatever. It's just not for me.
Right.
And this question and stuff or this topic was directly to like you, the person, people listening, the people watching this, to see how they feel and stuff. So the thought can roll around in their head and stuff. Am I friends with some of my exes? Of course.
Yeah.
Especially like the mother of my son.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially like the mother of my son and other exes and stuff and everything like that. If I see them, we chill and all the above. Yeah, but it's not going past a certain level and stuff.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I guess when you say stop loving a person, you can stop loving them, but still have that relationship or like a friend or peer-to-peer bond with them. Maybe a little bit more than a friend, but just not at the point where you would consider it love.
Yeah. That's it. Right.
Next poll.
Which comes first in your world? And 54%, the kids, then spouse.
Yeah, when I first looked at the numbers, spouse was leading.
Spouse, then kids.
Yeah. But then I realized, kids went out. But I was on the spouse side.
Yeah. I'm on the spouse side.
Yeah, I was on.
You
the
need a spouse
side
to make the kids.
Yeah, you can always make more.
And then somebody was scratching and clawing and stuff, saying that the kids are not that easy to replace from the memories and all that type of stuff and everything. So they said even if you had like let's say, I guess a person was just like hypothetical, they're saying like you have a 3-year-old,
right?
You spent almost a year or 9 months to kind of cultivate and grow this 3-year-old and stuff, and you get all those kind of memories from the pregnancy dance and stuff like that. Then much as the kid is actually here,
right?
And then let's say like like something fatal happened to the kid and you lose the child and stuff like that. Are you gonna say, all right, he's gone. All right, bend over. We're about to make another and everything like. And I said, no, that's not the case. But I just feel like, for me, I feel like kids leave their home to find their own spouse.
Yeah.
So I look at it and stuff as where eventually you'll always be my baby, but you ain't always gonna be here.
No.
But I would hope she would be here to infinity and beyond, or one of us close our eyes first.
Well, I mean, and then your bond with your spouse is going to, by its nature, be a longer period than it is going to be with your kids.
Of course.
You understand? So there's that much time that you've put in before you had kids. And just like you said, when your kids leave, there's just going to be that much time that you hope that you can still continue with, right?
He's gonna give a fuck.
I
man.
always say that nobody wants to grow old alone. Listen, man, you got a lot of kids can't wait to throw their parents in a old age home and have them not be a burden.
That's very true.
Yeah.
That's very true.
So like these are things to think about when you put your kids before your spouse.
Mm-hmm. No, I feel that. Okay. Are we ready? Shit, we're kind of just jumping in. Some life lessons just floating out and stuff. 2022.
This is good, man. This is how we ending it.
So that was it. So court cases are over. Harvey Weinstein has now got another set of charges.
Yes.
Classy, but I don't know. I don't want to say is fully classy, but I want to say when he got his verdict,
right,
and he got a few guilties and stuff like that. He did say, tell everybody thank you for your time and all that type of stuff. And I'm not saying it's just like a classy, super classy move and stuff like that, but we seen some people and stuff who got some guilty verdicts and stuff in their life, and it's not that clean.
Right.
It's not that clean.
Did he make any apologies? Or
he did. He's like, well, he didn't make like full apologies. He's just like, okay, I understand the stuff where the verdict and stuff kind of came from. I do agree and stuff, whatever. Thank you and everything.
Right.
Like in paraphrasing and stuff.
Right.
But he's saying along those lines and stuff. And then you have other people like guilty, like, oh my gosh, no, I can't believe it.
Yeah.
So that was one thing and stuff, whatever. But there's like too much court to go on and stuff like that. And the 9-day trial of Megan.
Yes.
And Mr. Lanes.
Yes.
Can I call him Mr. Lanes?
Yes.
I don't want to call him Daystar, full name and everything
okay.
like that. I'm going to call him Mr. Lanes. Has come to a close and stuff, whatever. And like I said, everybody became a law expert.
Right.
So which court case should we follow now?
Now it's all over.
Yeah.
You were itching for something new.
Well, I mean, because we can't have all these bootleg lawyers come out and not give them work.
There was more. I mean, there was with the Johnny and Amber case, but I think a lot more came out for the Tory and Meg.
Culture-wise, I want to say it's a culture thing. Let's say the Johnny Amber situation.
Yeah.
I felt like that was for men.
Right.
It was like a like you guys have to hear a man's words and stuff, whatever, when he's telling you like, yo, this chick is crazy.
Right.
Because a lot of times the stuff they hyped up and said like, I heard some women say, I hate when men say that women are crazy and stuff like that, right? I mean, if I show you a chick that takes a shit on a man's pillow and stuff, whatever, is that sane to you? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Probably not.
But that be that. And I think with the Tory and the Meg situation,
yeah,
I think it felt more of a cultural kind of thing.
Right.
Because it's kind of like, I want to say first, like, rappers who are, I guess it wasn't confirmed, but rappers who are allegedly dating.
Right.
A situation happened between them. And we normally take women's side. So I thought it was like men versus women and stuff, whatever, again.
Yeah.
But then you have certain people and stuff that are like men are siding with Megan.
Right, yes.
Right? I remember Rick Ross and stuff that he did like a mean ass, I guess, video or skit thing, whatever. He had like, what's the tiny ass car called? The smart car.
Smart car.
He had a smart car, I think like in his driveway or something like. He's like, Tori, I bought you a car.
Right.
For all that sucker shit you're saying stuff about Megan stuff like that. You wrong for that, whatever. So I'm like, why you have to do all this?
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, clearly it's not a man versus a woman type of thing.
No.
It was more of a, I guess, to me, like I said, I felt like it was for the culture.
Right.
I'm going to ask, I don't want to assume, I'm going to ask some of my friends stuff who don't listen to rap or don't listen to hip hop and ask him and stuff, whatever, how much they might know about the situation.
Right.
And see if they did give a fuck to like follow. But most of them, I don't think they did.
Yeah. No, I don't think so either.
So
when I look at it from that perspective, yeah, no.
So I feel like it's a culture thing. There's a lot to unpackage. I did not go by the things that the lawyer, or was it his lawyer, I'm assuming, that was saying about the court. The reason why for me is because you're my lawyer.
Right.
I'm paying you to shut the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm paying you to deal with these people to get me off.
Yeah.
fuck the public. And I mean that in a polite way and stuff, respectfully. Because I look at it and stuff as where there's tons of people. Okay, let's look at OJ.
Yeah.
OJ is an example. There's people out here and stuff, whatever, like OJ, where they're free to the courts. They're free to the laws of the land.
Right.
But the people and the public just don't like them.
Yeah.
So I don't know what he was trying to gain and stuff, whatever. If he was trying to gain to say like, you know, to gain back followers or gain back certain things and stuff, whatever, for Tory Lanez.
Yeah.
I'm looking like, this is not your focus right now. Your focus is to make sure he's free from the laws of the land.
I'm trying to think of who you're. I don't think it was his lawyer who was.
He's like he could be like East Indian, Middle Eastern type and stuff like that, whatever, with the black hair.
I don't think it was his lawyer. I think it was like one of just like you're saying, a lot of those.
These Phoenix University lawyers,
right? And he was just there at the trial.
At the trial, just saying, and but that was swaying the lesser person.
Right.
I want to say the person, the non-thinking person and stuff like that. The better way of saying it. The non-thinking person and stuff like that, right? Because my thing and stuff is, this is not my field. This is not my jurisdiction. Go to the experts. But it's kind of like COVID.
Yeah.
When COVID came up and stuff, whatever, motherfuckers was quick to tell you what kind of experts they were and everything like that.
Right.
Remember Auntie called it? She calls it Facebook University. she's like, a lot of people don't graduate from Facebook University. Everybody turned doctor now. And I was looking at it, I was like, yeah.
I looked at it as like five types of people following this trial. Right?
Fire away.
You have the people who love Tory and love Tory's music. Fans, right?
Mm.
You have the people who love Megan and love Megan's music. Fans, right?
Okay.
You have...
I'm part of the like for both of them, not really a love.
Right.
Do I still fit in the category or no?
No, because like I'm talking stands.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking the stand type of individual.
Damn.
Right?
Stream. Go ahead, continue.
Then you have the women who have suffered abuse from men.
Yes.
And never been either believed in or heard. Right?
Right.
Then you have the men
who are
accused and suffered injustice, right? Even though they were innocent of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you have the fifth group was just not swayed either way and willing to let the evidence speak for itself, because that's how trials usually work, right? And you were waiting to hear what evidence was what. You weren't saying this person was guilty. You weren't saying this person was not guilty.
Mm.
You were undecided because you needed more.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what was really so polarizing during this whole like cultural court of the century, right? Those who the diehard fans, they didn't want to hear anything else or look at any other evidence that was coming from the other side, right?
Mm-hmm.
But those who may have suffered trauma in any specific way was looking for a win, not necessarily for either side, but for their trauma, right? And then you just had, like I said, the us who maybe couldn't care either way. We just want to know how it worked out, how we got to this point.
I just want to know and stuff because I think my main purpose of following this whole thing was there going to be a super group forming in the prison and stuff, whatever, with like R. Kelly, Trey Songz and like, you know, and Tory and stuff like that. You know,
Jailbirds?
The Jailbirds, man. The Fire album coming soon. Because
I can't go too far with that. We're still in our lane.
Sure, you got to make sure. Soundbite, not to get sued.
Yeah.
But I look at it where it's a situation where, like, all right, if Tory Lanez goes in or Tory Lanez does not go in and stuff like that, this does what for Marvin?
Okay. I'm the exact same way. Okay. I felt the exact same way.
Okay.
I like this does not, this does not dictate my life. I cannot put so much energy in it, right? I'll look at the jokes, I'll run the jokes, And you know what I mean, the ones and twos here, I was okay, that might be interesting. Okay, I see where it may, but other than that, I got other stuff that I need to focus on it and get to, right? And that was my whole stance on it. And a lot of people were just like, well, what do you think? What do you think? I was like, I don't know. What to think? I don't know what to think. I can give you an opinion of based upon what I know or what I may think I know, but at the end of the day, I don't know much.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Most of the people I feel like who was asking all of that, whatever, they got that law degree in the back pocket. They like, whoa, let me persuade you to think this way.
Right.
Did you know that blah, 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 fucked blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And had a crush on blah, 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 blah. And also said blah, 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 blah. Dance, bitch! Blah, 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 blah. Like that part in the whole trial thing, I was like, that's one thing never changed. That's one thing never changed because the Kelsey person never came up before and then it came up and everything like that. Then bodyguards went missing, went on a hiatus. And all of this is just, I was like,
I think the most I've ever commented on it was that don't feel like this is an open and shut case. You're presumed innocent until guilty, and
depends on the state.
Depends on the state, and at some point it has to be without a reason of a doubt. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like you have to think like 100% that this person is committed a crime and is guilty of this crime. That means if there's like a chink in the armor, and it could be a small chink, it's enough of a chink to just have. So I'm telling people like, yo, easy with your emotions here, because if that chink is exposed and you feel that way, you might be crushed.
I agree. I agree. Because I look at some people and stuff, they do take a matter and stuff for certain things that I guess they kind of stand behind.
Right.
Doesn't work out for them.
Right.
Or I want to say lean towards their favor.
Yeah.
And they're crushed, but it's kind of like, I don't think everybody's ego is on like 100 or 1,000 or something like that, whatever. So it's kind of like, all right, hydrochloroquine. Let's go back to COVID.
Yeah.
With hydrochloroquine and stuff, whatever. They're like, aha, they found a cure. Again, the Sidewalk University, the Facebook University people and stuff, whatever.
Right.
Like, aha, they found a cure. See, that's what I'm saying. You guys don't know shit and stuff like these fucking doctors telling us to wear masks and blah, blah, hydrochloroquine and stuff. And where's hydrochloroquine now?
Right.
Right? And the same people that was staying all the hydrochloroquine and stuff, whatever, they're the ones like, crickets chirping, and then you pull them up and like, yo, you're the same person. You even posted hydrochloroquine is the way and everything like that. So, who gives a damn?
Yeah.
I was wrong. There's that one time.
Yeah.
You gonna hold that against me?
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, damn, you're wrong and strong. Just admit it.
Wrong
and when you're wrong, you should humble yourself.
Wrong and strong. Wrong and strong.
Humble yourself when you're wrong.
But okay, but the flip towards that, right? I had people cursing me and telling me how, because I didn't take the needle, right? I had people cursing me and telling me how irresponsible I was being. How I was this and that. So forth and so forth. Like, and now, like, they don't even bring up the conversation with me. Because I'm like, at this point, what are you gonna tell me at this point? I've caught COVID 3 times. So I'm thinking at least 3 times I've caught COVID.
I was supposed to buy you the hat COVID veteran and stuff.
Yeah,
like
I'm saying, you know what I mean.
You're
So
right,
I'm like,
right.
okay, you know what? It wasn't a necessary thing that I had to take it, and the way how you were demonizing me and villainizing me, then it's not like you're looking at it now and he's like, okay, well, I can't do that now, and the argument can't go the way it was. Listen, I had to tell people, you gotta do for your kids, gotta do this. I was like, okay, you know what? I'm not saying that it's not going to help. I'm not saying that it's not going to work. I'm just saying I believe in my immune system, right? And I think that I can ride out the storm. I'm with health. I can ride out the storm without taking anything. And that's what I did. And I think the argument goes on both sides. Whereas if you don't know enough, if the evidence is not there yet, then you can't be like gun ho one way.
We really have become in a world that where we live by this blue check shit.
Yeah.
Right? This verified stuff.
Yeah.
Right? So I look at it where let's say I'm somebody and stuff that's concerned, or not even concerned. I'm looking to talk about the Tory Lanez and Meg stuff.
Right.
Right? I know my auntie, brother, sister, cousin across the street named Sally's little nephew is a lawyer. Okay. And we follow each other on the ground. Right. Then it'd be like, hey, I know a lawyer. Let me tag him into this. Right. Is he the best lawyer? First of all, is he a criminal lawyer? Right. Yeah. Is he a criminal lawyer and stuff, whatever? Because I want to say, like, not saying all lawyers, like a lawyer can't practice in those type of fields, whatever, but you have a special, like if you have you specialize in some shit. So you kind of can go deeper and bring out references to something like, because like, I used to watch Suits, whatever, right? And I know it's a fictional show, but I look at it like, I find it dope if I had a lawyer and they're like, well, what happened? Look, I peed at this park and they hit me with a violation and stuff. Oh, you broke Penal Code Section 8, blah, blah, blah.com, subsection, whatever the fuck. Yeah. I'm like, I like your pretty words. Yeah. They're winning me over. Yeah. Continue, lawyer. I would pay the retainer fee for you. Yeah. But somebody's like, I can't remember the code and stuff, whatever, but I think you fucked up, though. Yeah. I'm better off not to call you Saul. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I look at it where these people, like I want to say, if you're a lawyer and you specialize in this type of thing, and I ask you for this, and that be that, or I might tag you in this stuff, and then, you know, there's one thing. But I might go to that lawyer who might be a real estate lawyer. Right. And then like, just give the information that's more biased to my side. Like if I'm pro-Tory. Right. Right? If I'm pro-Tory or I'm pro-Meg, I give them that, whatever the lawyer might be like, well, you know, in any case and stuff, whatever. You're absolutely right. Ha-ha! I spoke to a lawyer and a lawyer said this. So this makes me an internet expert. Just fuck up. Yeah. Fuck up. Yeah. Fuck up. Yeah. And that's the part of the stuff that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of bootleg lawyers that kind of came up out of the woodworks and stuff and everything because when everybody kept asking me my opinion, same thing like you. Right. I told my ass, I say it for the podcast. Yeah. I say it for the podcast and stuff like this is my platform and I just know what I know. That's it. I just know what I know. I am not a lawyer. Right. I am not an expert. I am not a ballistic specialist. I am not into the drama world and stuff, whatever, but I do say this. With that whole Tory and Megan shit, yo, if Kylie Jenner still fuck with black people, I'm all for it. Because you're all for it? This is her pool party, right? All this shit happened at whatever. Her pool party. And then if this is I'd have been like, this is what, if I was Kylie and stuff, I'd have been like, this is why I don't invite them. This is why you can't bring the black folks. No. I'm gonna blame Kylie because she should have had one of those she should have had Smart Serve. She should have had Smart Serve. She should have had Smart Serve and stop all them motherfuckers from getting drunk. Be on their own goods. Be on their own goods. I don't blame him. Yeah, I know. But the funny thing too, because I remember when Mike Jacks was still alive and it was the Conrad Black. Right. And I'm looking like, I look at it like this. This is Michael Jackson. I give a fuck what anybody says, okay? This is Michael Jackson. Like, who's the biggest star in your head right now that's alive right now? Give me a star. Anybody. Drake. Yeah. Drake see you and stuff, whatever. Drake's at your neighbor's house and stuff over here, and he looks at you, he's like, hey, man. I was smelling weed and stuff, I think, by your spot, whatever. That was you? And you're like, yeah. Could you go get that for me? I want that one. Right. Name your cost. You know, he's like, you know what? Fuck it. Here's a duffel bag of $10,000. Yeah. I just want that. How much you want, Drake? You're going to ask that, right? So, how much you need? Conrad Black. Right. He's looking at stuff, he's like, yo, this is Michael fucking Jackson. Mike, I think, you know, let's say it was K. You know? Like, I think your ketamine and stuff is getting a little too high and stuff like that, whatever. He's like, this is Michael fucking Jackson.
Right.
He can fire you and find somebody else to give him all the K. You give Mike the K. So if you now have this party and your smart serve people and stuff are there, and we're like, hey, I just work here, stuff like that, whatever. I'm fucking Meg Thee Stallion. I would twerk on this bar and shut this shit down. hands on my feet, or I jump on because Tori's shooting shot shit, you know?
Yeah.
Some shit like that.
Yeah.
And then they're looking like, yeah, they might not hire me again. Look at Wiz Khalifa, how he embarrassed the damn DJ dude and stuff, whatever, right?
Yeah.
The DJ dude spun one cut and Wiz made an ass out of the guy. And the guy was still trying to maintain his dignity and stuff, whatever. But you can tell he was hurt by the smile.
Yeah.
Because Wiz truly was trying to fight him.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? I'm like, it's kind of hard to tell these celebrities no. So this smart serve shit, like, yo, Conrad Black didn't tell Mike Jackson no.
Celebrities, and not only celebrities, regular people. Listen, man, be wary of the amount of consumption, because it's a thing that can make you go out of character real fast and end up doing stupid shit that you're gonna regret.
Yeah.
That you're gonna regret. Before we slide on to the next topic, I pondered this, right?
Pondered.
If it was 3 male rappers in a car, and let's say an argument kicked off about something, and the same incident happened.
And somebody shot somebody in the foot.
Somebody shot somebody in the foot, but but the same circumstances where there's. Do you think he still goes to jail? Or do you think he gets off?
Who?
Tory. Or the shooter. The shooter.
Oh, so the shooter?
Yeah.
I mean, Dan's bitch is a hot line to say when you're shooting the ground.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? I don't think he'll get off. Whoever the shooter is, I don't think they'll get off.
Right.
Because I think it's 3 men, and I think I don't want to speak for the courts or anything like that, but I feel like he won't get off. The shooter won't get off and stuff, whatever. Much as if it's 3 men and they look at it, stuff, it's like men argue, men's bravado brought them to a place and egos clashed, and this took place.
Yeah. But
I think when you interject, I'm gonna say 2 women, and a man, and everything like that, and that's what I said, the Johnny. I'm glad we brought back up the Johnny thing. It's kind of like a man versus woman thing and stuff like that again.
Yeah.
The setting was.
Right.
But then when we realized and stuff that men were jumping on Megan's side, that's where it wasn't a men versus woman thing anymore. It was just like, is it right or is it wrong?
Right.
But then again, people weren't really saying too much about things and stuff like that, right? Because first, Meg went to, was it Gail? She went to Gail.
It was Gail. Yeah, it was Gail.
She had an interview with Gail and stuff. Megan, did you sleep with Tory? Oh God, no.
Yeah.
And then everything's unraveling in the court, whatever that, they slept together, and he slept with the other girl because she had a crush on him, and that, you know what I'm saying? And then that was spawned of the whole argument and everything. I'm like, well, your credibility just kind of got shot there, pun intended.
Right.
with the, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm like, the guy who was the shooter or alleged shooter and stuff, whatever, is going to get hit with it. And even I think if it was like 2 women.
Yeah.
I took that from like the Gin and Juice video a long time ago. It was like Snoop was trying to break up the fight with the 2 women.
Yeah.
When the police rolled up and stuff, and both of them like, him, he did it. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, they're going to side with the woman most of the damn time.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you better make sure, like, you know, you dot the T's and cross, you know. So I don't know. Dot your I's and cross the T's.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah. Let's talk about Deion real quick. As we're gonna talk about Deion Sanders and stuff like that.
I mean, well, we jumping right in here, give the audience a little background.
No, worst case scenario, Deion Sanders and stuff is a former football player and stuff who became a coach for Jackson State.
Hall of Famer, right?
Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer.
And he became a football coach and stuff. Whatever. Now, when Deion retired,
Yeah.
When Deion retired and stuff like that, he said he wanted to get into coaching and stuff. Deion Sanders himself said his goal is to be a coach at Florida State University, which he went to school and played for. Right? That was his goal. He didn't end up getting that goal or making that goal yet.
Right.
I don't want to stop and kill nobody's dreams. He didn't make that goal and stuff yet. But Deion's name and fame, the man's name is Primetime, first and foremost. Deion Sanders is like another, back in the day, Bo Jackson, because Deion Sanders played for the Braves and he played football at the same time and stuff, whatever, right? So him and
Deion. He had a few
He had a few names and stuff, whatever, right? Like Primetime is the one that kind of stuck.
Right.
Because I think he would do his primetime dance and he would want the primetime money and be on the primetime, play for the primetime teams.
Right.
Right? Now, Deion Sanders, him being coach, kind of helped build a historically black college, university.
Yeah.
Right? He helped build that team up and his sons and stuff as well, the credibility and all the above. And now when Deion's making the move, he was getting paid $300K.
Right.
So he's getting paid $300K, less than $400K and stuff to be the coach there.
Right.
Some coaches for certain D1 schools and stuff in general probably make to $1 million and change just for being a coach.
Right.
Right? He worked his way, and I feel like Deion worked his ass off.
Right.
To get to this point where now other schools want to throw him higher deals.
Right.
They're looking at Deion and stuff to say, like, you got to keep it black. There's nothing wrong with Deion keeping it black, but from the Deion Sanders that we've known, Primetime. Deion Sanders used to be a rapper too. Slash that.
Yeah.
Deion Sanders has a song called Must Be the Money. It's like, the hook must be the money that's turning me on. So if you go from making less than $400K to now you're getting $1 million deals a year for being a coach at another school.
That much closer to being a coach at Florida State where you want to end up.
Correct.
Right.
It must be the money. So I don't see why we should crucify or people are trying to crucify Deion from leaving. You do what works for you.
Yeah.
And you know your goals and stuff like that too. Like if you told me your goal is to build a castle in, I don't know, Nunavut, in some part in Canada and stuff like that. You want to build a castle there.
Right.
Have like the snow blow in the castle and stuff. You walk around this bitch in a cape. That's your dream.
Yeah.
That's your goal.
Yeah.
And if you're doing the things necessary to make the markers and make the steps happen, the fuck do I care?
What I would probably want to know is, before taking the job at the HBCU, right?
Yeah.
How is he selling it? Or how is he welcoming the position? Like, was he like, I'm here for, my black students or my black faculty. I'm here to show that I can make a difference. Like, I'm here to make a difference. I'm here to bring attention to these schools.
I don't think I don't quote me. Yeah. I don't know, but I don't think he went into it like that.
Right. Because I'm saying if he had went into it like that, then I can see why
that might curve and stuff. But as far as I'm concerned, there's no references of stuff like that.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. There's people shouldn't assume it went like that and stuff neither, right? Now, my thing and stuff is that certain things that Deion's done as a coach and stuff, whatever, at former Jackson and stuff like that, it's been seen.
Okay.
Clips, videos, all that type of stuff and everything. Like some of his team put some TikTok stuff up there. He has socials and stuff, social media and stuff as well.
Yeah.
So some of these things are seen what Deion has done.
Right.
And it's just that the students come from a HSBCU, like a black school.
Yeah.
So it's kind of looking like, black man taking care of these predominantly black kids.
Right.
Which it comes off as a leadership role where we know there's some kids that have no kind of guidance.
Yeah.
And they're kind of lost out here. And he's here providing like not only football guidance, but like life skills that these kids, these people might need.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that's where some blurred lines kind of came in.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is where the drama and stuff kind of popped up. I'm looking like, okay, who's the gremlin? His name is Robinson. I think Eddie Robinson.
Okay.
Eddie Robinson and stuff like that. He was one of the longest
remember.
coaches and stuff, whatever, at Grambling and everything. I think he passed in like early 2000s or something, like 2007 or something like that.
Right.
I remember there was a big thing and stuff, whatever, pertaining to like his death.
Yeah.
Like how long he coached and stuff at Grambling for.
Right.
Right? And he only stayed in Grambling. It might be the integrity aspect. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or they could have only, most places probably said no to him.
Right.
And Grambling just kind of welcomed him with open arms.
Right. Right.
So, there's some people and stuff, it's kind of like, I looked at it the other day. I said it to somebody and stuff, whatever. I'm like, do you mind pity pussy? Like if, you're looking like, damn, babe, we ain't have sex and stuff, whatever, in like 2 weeks and everything. And she's like, live up the night.
Come get the HBC.
Yeah. come get this pussy. But then she's like, well, damn, come take it then or whatever, right?
Right.
And then you're like, do you take the pity pussy? And so you're like, nah, fuck it, I don't want it. I want it when you want to give it to me and stuff like that, right?
Right.
Not saying Eddie Robinson and stuff like that didn't have other offers and stuff, but let's say he didn't have other offers.
Right.
And he's like, you know what? He's happy where he is, or he just made his life comfortable in Louisiana. That's what Grambling is, right?
Okay.
So I'm like, most of the things he done or like the wars and other things and stuff, but it was kind of all around like Louisiana.
Yeah.
And everything like that, right? So I started looking like, that man's life is different from Deion's life.
Mm-hmm.
But why are we expecting Deion to do the same thing he did? Like it's the same thing, like it kills me and stuff. And I'm not shitting on like 19 Keys or certain people and stuff like, or I forget his name, I was gonna say Brother Love. And that would be, that's Diddy.
That's Diddy.
That's Diddy. But I forget, but some of those I want to say well-spoken black men,
Right.
well-spoken black educated men and stuff like that. People are looking to put them in the place of Malcolm X
Right.
or Martin Luther King.
Right.
Be like, that was them. This is this person. You know what I'm saying? So if you see like 19 Keys or something like that out here, like driving like a fresh ass car, and be like, Martin Luther King ain't driving around in no car. Like, he ain't Martin Luther King.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the thing. They're expecting Deion to do the same thing and stuff like Eddie.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, let the man live. Why are we pocket watching? He's not a kangaroo. Why do we care? Crikey.
I think he showed that he showed that, popularity can make a difference.
Of course.
Right?
We all know that.
Yeah. That and make a difference where schools of lesser stature is concerned and help change the culture. I don't know if he was there long enough for them to benefit from that. I think that's probably one of the things that may be on people's minds is like, we understand where you want to get to be
In
life, but understand also that you may be in a position where these kids need you more than those Ivy League school kids need you, right? And I heard some people with arguments that, and I don't know how he got into the head coach position. If he was like you said, going around seeking jobs, and they were the only ones that said, "Hey, we got a home for you here," or if they actually went and pursued him and said, "Hey, we got a home from you here." But a lot of people are having the argument that, bro, these schools didn't want you until you went to this HBC, school, and you were there, and they helped raise your stock. Now that they helped raise your stock, you just bounced.
But I look at it as that you raise your stock. Because if he was losing,
right,
they would have fired him.
Right.
Or they would have probably demoted him.
Right.
But he was winning.
Right.
And he was doing great things and stuff and everything. So I feel like he raised his stock.
He proved himself.
And stuff like that, right? And I think a lot of times and stuff, most of us cannot walk into like these buildings and stuff like that. You and I, we always have the discussion and stuff. People try to go from like start rapping today, become Nas or Tupac and stuff, whatever, tomorrow and everything like that, right? And because I feel like a lot of people in the world just feel like there's no steps 1 to 7.
Right.
And some people just feel like their privilege could just get them to like step 7 or who they know.
Yeah.
Right? Instead of like no grit and grind.
Right.
Like some people, and so I feel like maybe Deion at one time, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe Deion at one time and stuff, whatever, just felt like fucking Deion Sanders. Why wouldn't you give me a job and stuff? I graduated from fucking here.
Right.
I helped put this school and stuff on that. Florida State is a great team.
Yeah.
And they constantly pushing out great players and stuff for that. Tons of players.
Yeah.
But I'm looking like, he probably like, you better give me a coaching job here. But I'm looking like, they pushed out a lot of great people already under you not coaching them.
Right.
What's stopping them from doing the same and stuff, whatever now? And then much as they probably have somebody sitting there doing that job who's probably already in a contract.
Right.
So if you're not, and what do you have to prove to us why we should get rid of this person and put you here? Prove to us why we should say, you're day one, Tupac who?
Yeah.
Nas who?
Yeah. This coach has been here with a winning record already.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. He went somewhere. I feel like he went somewhere and stuff, whether they found him or not, helped build his own stock.
Right.
That's what I said. He built his own stock with it to the point they're like, all right, this is not where I really want to go, but this is how building my stock. So if I took everything or the things that I've done here, bring it up here,
right,
maybe there might look for me and stuff, whatever. Or then he might even go there and say, you know what? He's satisfied.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it. It's my Jerry Springer final thought on Deion. We got to stop pocket watching, man. We have to stop pocket watching and stuff. Like, it's just so wild to me. Like, I think it was somebody that kind of helped, like I want to kind of try to mold me into caring about people's net worth. And I really don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Because I think like your net worth is not how much you have in the bank.
Right.
Right? So I think that's where I stopped giving a damn and stuff for the computer. You know how much Bill Gates is worth? You know how much Warren Buffett is worth and everything like that? I was like, oh. Then they started bringing some other people and stuff in the damn. I remember somebody's like, you know how much this person makes? You know how much Jay-Z makes? Like, what does this do for Marv? What does this do for Marv?
Yeah.
If it does nothing for Marv, why? Let me build my own stock. Let me build myself up. So my net worth, and I wouldn't even tell you my net worth, but I'd be like, I'm good.
I'm good. I'm good.
I'm comfortable.
I have my shit hidden like Putin.
What? Exactly.
You could only guess, estimate, ponder of my wealth.
Facts.
It's not gonna be in numbers.
My food baby's calming down now.
Your food baby's calming down?
Yeah, I think the talking and the excitement is getting to me. So let's go to question of the week. Question of the week. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Is it racist to cast a black actor as a villain?
If you're always casting a black actor as a villain...
What is always? What is always? Calm down.
If 4 out of 5 films with villains in it are black people...
Okay. Who are making these films? Are we saying let's say it's a Marvel flick.
Yeah.
If Marvel was casting and stuff, whatever, then Marvel's racist?
I would say if Marvel's casting and the majority of the people who cast as villains were black, then I would say that maybe not necessarily racist, but pushing a certain or adhering to a certain stereotype.
Are there bad black people in the world?
Of course. Of course. But are there not? Is there not bad people of any other race?
There are. But okay.
No, that's why I said if you're going 4 out of 5, you're picking one particular race to say this is bad. Then yeah, there might be an adherence to a stereotype.
But then that's what I'm saying. You have to look at stuff like the studio.
Right.
You have to look at the studio in the film. So if this is Marvel Studio and stuff, you're like, hey, Marvel, this is the issue. But okay, let's say, and they use the same directors.
Right.
They use the same directors and stuff, whatever, right? I look at stuff where the Tony Stark's ones,
Iron Man?
Yeah, the Iron Man. What's his name again? The bodyguard dude. His real John Favreau? The bodyguard dude.
Yeah.
He's the one that directed the Iron Man flicks.
Right.
Ryan Coogler directed the Black Panther flicks.
Right.
Right. They're still under Marvel Studios.
Right.
Now, some of the villains and stuff, whatever, and everything like that, are the villains are different,
Mhm.
but the villains and stuff haven't been black in
The last?
Iron Man.
No.
In Iron Man.
Right.
Now, Killmonger and stuff, whatever, was a villain in a Black Panther and stuff, right?
Right.
But, okay, this is still under the Marvel umbrella.
Yeah.
Can you tell me how many black villains you've seen in the Marvel world, in the Marvel universe so far?
No, I can't tell you.
Killmonger probably the one that kind of stands out and stuff.
Yeah, he would be
so that's what
the one
I'm
that
saying.
stands out
Like,
to me.
I won't say that's racist to cast a black man, a black person as a villain,
Right.
right? Now, this, what is this? The what do we call this? The Wednesday flick, the Wednesday series and stuff, whatever, on Netflix, right?
Yes.
Two of the like the bullies and stuff, whatever, to Wednesday and everything in this school
Right.
happen to be black.
Okay.
And I seen somewhere one of the, because I'm in the nerd forums and everything
Yeah,
like that, and
yeah.
I seen what, and they started.
I heard them.
You heard.
I heard of it.
So I'm looking at stuff. I was like, are they not black bad? Are they all good? Black people are good people.
But that particular that particular fight, I didn't get that particular fight with them saying, oh, they were upset that they casted black people for this particular villain role. I'm like, okay, first of all, it's a new show.
And
We're in one season. You're making it sound like we're in season 5. And that's what I said. If you are consistently
so you're saying, okay, so you're saying
casting that role.
So let's say, all right, Wednesday, season 1, you have quote unquote black villains.
Right.
Right? Wednesday, season 2, you have an Asian villain.
Right.
Let's say, or Asian protagonist.
Right.
Right? Because I'm assuming this is a children type of thing.
Yeah.
And so now season 4, they come back to black and everything. Like season 3, they went to like another white person and stuff. So
Right.
now it's white on white crime.
Right. Right.
Right. Now, when they come back to black, whatever, is that the aha moment?
No,
It's still not the aha moment because they had other villains and
Right.
stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Why can't, to be honest,
Mhm.
if I was to be in a movie and stuff like that, or like you're gonna write something about me, it might look like a protagonist type of story.
Yeah.
But I might be a protagonist doing antagonist shit. So one person's hero is another person's villain,
Yes.
right? So I always look at like one person's revolutionary is another person's freedom fighter.
Right.
Right? So I look at it where you have these moments and stuff and like, why are we too focused like on the race? I don't sound like Meghan Markle when I say it, whatever, but I thought the whole equity thing was just like everything's all inclusive. Are we not at that point yet in the world?
No.
Oh.
No.
Say it
Because
like
here's
that.
the thing.
Go ahead.
You'll have some white people who will be upset when a black person is playing a leading role that was typically at one point written for a white person, or had a white, maybe not written for a white person, but had a white person act in it.
Oh, like the Little Mermaid or something like that?
Like the Little Mermaid. Or for instance, the Star Wars. I don't know where the I don't know which one it was where the I can't even remember the black guy's name, but he was originally a stormtrooper.
Oh, the newer Star Wars.
Yeah,
with
the newer Star
John
Wars.
Bodega.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a lot of white people who had a problem with him being having that role.
Oh, being in the flick.
Yeah. And not even being in the flick, but having that role of prominence.
Oh. Well, and then that's what I'm saying, like the equity thing.
Yeah.
The equity thing. Like if they can't respectfully understand the stuff like, hey, stormtroopers are different built and stuff whatever, because I want to say the stormtroopers, I believe, were naturally cloned from Boba Fett.
Yeah, I thought they were machines.
They were originally cloned from Boba Fett and stuff
Okay.
like that, whatever. Because I think like in the earlier episodes,
Right.
as I say, episode Attack of the Clones,
Right.
stormtroopers are clones, right?
Okay.
So Attack of the Clones and stuff, whatever, they were cloned from Boba Fett and everything like that, the bounty hunter and stuff. So I look at it stuff as well. Okay, Boba Fett, and the Boba Fett they presented the stuff without the mask and the helmet. he looked Latino. I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
To me, he looked Latino.
Right.
Looked like he was a Latinx or something like that. And if any case, I mean, there's Afro Latinos, you know. Like, I mean, hey,
yeah.
you go to New York, all the Latinos are saying the N-word, right? Like,
Right,
so, like,
right.
I mean, hey,
Yeah.
it's a win. Win is a win. Win is a win. So, but the equity thing is make everybody be involved. And if people have their feedback and everything like that, people are entitled to their opinion.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's not really a focus and stuff where one specific thing, much as in a fictional fucking world.
Right.
In a fictional world, I feel like everything can go. It's fiction.
It's fiction.
Some people know what fiction is because I know some people don't know what cursive writing is. You know,
I don't. Yo, I heard this. I don't know how true it is. But they were saying the wife of the man who wrote I don't know if you've heard of this. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
The wife of Roald Dahl?
Yes.
Okay.
Saying the original Oompa Loompas were pygmies.
Oh, okay.
And so when
somebody tapped him on the shoulder and said, "Hey, that's racist."
So the I think it was like the movie house was saying, well, we can't have Willy Wonka taking these pygmies from a certain place and come make them work. Mm-hmm. So he said, so that's how they became like these purple green hair people. Because originally they in the books, like original books, they were blacks. In original books. So I guess before it was printed. I think like when the original
like we're talking about like the brainstorm, the sketch, and everything.
Right, the original story.
I mean, you can take concepts from everywhere and stuff like that, right?
Right.
Because I mean, if you're writing a story and stuff, whatever, and you're saying like they had blonde hair and blue eyes and stuff like that, you might assume as white. You might assume as a white person and stuff like that, but then there's other races and
ethnicities.
And nationalities and stuff, whatever, have some people and stuff that are born like that and stuff as well, right? I want to say lineage, like, isn't there a spot in Africa or somewhere like that where people, like, I think, don't quote me, but I think Amber Rose and stuff, whatever, is like from a spot in Africa, or her family, people's is from a spot in Africa, where they look like that. Yeah. Because if you look at her, she could be like Latina and everything, but she's actually black. Okay. I didn't know. She's actually black and stuff, and some black people and stuff are quote unquote kind of built like that, whatever, right? But then they look like, oh, she don't have enough melanin and stuff like that. But I'm like, so does albino people. Yeah. Well, I know of the one Aboriginal tribe in Australia who had like blonde hair. They were like black, but the hair was just blonde. Yeah. You know, and they had the blue eyes. I just know the Targaryens from the House of Dragons and stuff like that's the black people with dreads and like, white dreads. I'm like, how is this possible? I mean, are they born like with gray? Like, are they instantly gray? Like they missed that whole phase of you're here. I'm with it. Back. I'm with it. Yeah, it's just like, be like, how are you? How old are you? I came to buy some ale. You came to buy some ale? You look like a boy. Poppycock. You don't see all this gray? I'm 1,000 years old. I'm in my early millions. All right. Let's get to Ask the Sons. First, Ask the Sons. And I actually liked this question. When I seen it, I actually kind of low-key fell in love with it. Okay. Neezy69 says, was acceptable for men, but is frowned upon for women. As of in today's, okay. I'm assuming today's time. Yeah, I'm assuming. Because I was gonna Neezy. Because I was gonna say pants. At one time, it was frowned upon when women started wearing pants. Oh, back then. Yeah, back then. Okay, but I would say spitting in public. Mm-hmm. I think that's still frowned upon if a woman does it. It's still looked at as unladylike. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. And there's women that hark. Yeah. Hark and spit. It's a natural thing, right? It's a natural thing. But I mean, even if I see a lady, I'm like, she's gonna beat me over the head. acceptable for men. When I saw the question, it said acceptable for men. The asshole in me said having a mustache and a woman not having a mustache is frowned upon.
Yes, it's frowned upon.
It's frowned upon and stuff. But hey, let that mustache show, baby.
Let it run.
I think acceptable for men, not acceptable for women. Oh, putting your career before having kids.
Yeah.
Putting your career before having kids. Because if you look at a guy and stuff, whatever, you tell him stuff like, yo, why don't you get married yet? And stuff like, yo, I gotta working on my master's, working on this.
Right.
And then after that, I'm ready for that life and stuff like that. And I think for a woman, I think still today for a woman and stuff like if she has some designations behind her name and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that she doesn't have any like even a possible suitor. They're looking at stuff to kind of write her off and stuff, whatever. Like, hey, your eggs are going to get stale and blah, blah, blah. You can't always put your career before, so I think that's acceptable.
But how much of it do you think is because women do have a biological clock and men can shoot up the club and have kids till they're in their 80s?
What are you asking me?
How much of it, how much weight do you think is based upon that fact that if you don't have, as a woman, if you don't have these kids at this certain point, you're gonna hit menopause and you can't have kids at all.
But I feel like even if you're a career woman, right? You're a career woman and everything like that. Let's say you're steadfast with your career and your goals and where you want to be and stuff like pertaining to like, let's say education wise, whatever, right?
Yeah.
You graduate from high school average like 18, 19 years old. Mm-hmm. After you graduate and stuff, whatever, I guess you do your post-secondary schooling. And let's say you want to be a social worker. Right. You do that. Then you graduate with your bachelor's and stuff in sociology and stuff like that. Then you go for your master's and stuff like that. Say you go straight. And then say you probably even do a PhD. I don't know if there's a PhD for it. I'm not too sure. Mm-hmm. But let's say you go to the master level and stuff like that. So you went from 18 to like you're probably done and stuff, everything and stuff like, even if you did it part-time, 27. 27 when you're done with education-wise and you say you want to establish a career and get into a field before you start. 30 is still a good time to have kids. Yeah. So, I don't, like, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, are they arguing at that point, at 30, to say you should have kids by now or you should have kids already?
I think, a lot of times and stuff, when they see certain women and everything, if a woman is at least like before, like, or let's say the woman is 30, and she don't have any kids, she looked at it as questionable. There's a woman that I work with. She's 39. She said she was in a previous marriage. Didn't work out. And she's just kind of been trying to do on a build back and do other things and stuff since and everything like that, right? You know what I mean? Women and stuff that walked up on this lady at work and stuff and just tell her like, yo, you should have a baby. You should have some kids. They don't know about me and everything. So they even like, maybe you and Marvin should date and you guys should have kids. He needs another kid. I'm like, first of all, my sperm is not for sale. Okay? My shit is not cheap. But then even that, I was looking like, well, damn, you can't even just be. And we talked about last time. Some people just can't just be.
No, some people just can't be.
They just can't be, whatever, right? And the pressure and stuff, like, I don't say the pressure is on and stuff. I'm like, I apologize. I don't even know these fucking people like that, but I'm like, I apologize. Hopefully you don't feel that pressure or feel offended and stuff like that. Because I know women go through this constantly.
Right.
So that's what I was just looking at. Yeah. But the mustache is still kind of
I think it's a... Yeah, I see it. I think it's a little bit less now that because we're more champion women to go out and look for that career and not necessarily feel like they have to be a stay-at-home mom. To be quite honest, I think some of the women put that pressure on themselves with having that, you know what I mean, work so hard, getting to that career, getting to that position, working to get to the position where they are. Now they're in a comfortable position. Mm-hmm.
I like how you said comfortable.
I like how
you said that right there.
I'm working. Ben, working on it.
Yeah.
Now they're in that position and they feel now, oh my gosh, I always wanted a family. Mm-hmm. I only have a certain amount of time to accomplish this now. So now the pressure's on for them. And I think they might put more pressure on themselves than outside forces putting the pressure on.
I disagree with that. For me personally, I do disagree with that because I've dated a woman where when I met her and stuff in her world,
Right.
I don't know and stuff, whatever, and I don't want to, but I'm put her name. Never put her name. But when I met her, she was at the point where she was saying she's ready to do IVF.
Okay.
She's ready to do IVF. So it's kind of like, hey, buddy, if I like you enough, whatever, I might want to ask you for your sperm
Right.
for this IVF and stuff like that, whatever, because this was what my plan was, because she said deep down inside, she always felt like she could be the greatest mom on the planet.
Right.
But she's a lawyer.
Right.
She worked her ass off, put the career and everything like that. And even at the time when she was working for like a smaller law firm and stuff like that, she met said guy. They dated, they were together for 3 years, and that didn't work out well.
Right.
Then when she got a better paying job and moved into like another like law firm and stuff like that, she met another guy, and hopefully that went somewhere and stuff, whatever, right? But then fast forward to when she meets Marv, now she's at the age and stuff, whatever, where I guess, quote unquote, they're saying like, it's now or never.
Right.
It's now or never. And like, there's no like guy right there or something like that for her to say she's gonna have babies with and stuff like that. So now the thought is coming in her head, because she even said like, I even felt bad for her. She was telling me like her pops had a conversation with her father, had a conversation with her, be like, try and get married at least, like, you know.
At least.
And I was like, damn, he told you that.
That's a start.
I was like, damn, how did you feel about that? But are you okay and stuff? She's like, thank you for asking. She's like, yo, that shit was devastating.
Right.
My father's looking like, at least your sisters and stuff, because I guess he's a girl dad. Like, at least your sisters, like,
Yeah.
the fuck, they get at least some kid, a kid.
Yeah.
You didn't even got a man. And that's her father applying pressure.
I know that, like we're not name dropping, but I know a woman, right? Went, got a great education, got a great job, right? Worked that job 9 to 5 to the bone, right? Now in a stage of life, I want to say late 40s, right? Realizes that, you know what I mean, she wants this family. And the amount of pressure that she's putting on herself now, she's got a boo, right? They've been together for a while. Yeah. And they're,
How long's a while? Longer than 2 years?
I want to say, if not longer, approaching 2 years.
I think, yeah, I guess I see where this is going. Go ahead,
Right?
finish.
And she feels like now it's just like, it's gotta happen now. We're trying to make it happen now. And her fear is that it's not going to happen before her time is up. I mean, so like I said, like this, and I mean, it goes both ways, I guess. I mean, of course, you're gonna have families, grandparents love themselves some grandkids. So, you know what I mean? But more than anything else, that's what they're looking at. Yeah, fine, great, you're a success, and you have some. I can no longer have kids myself. Give me some babies that I can spoil. That's grandparents.
Proper. Because I put it. That's why I even put it in my story.
In the story, right?
Yeah, you've seen it.
Yeah. Give me some that I can spoil, right? But then you have some women out there to be like, yo, like I'm at the point now where it just I want to, but it just might be too late for me.
So okay, let me ask you this. That's why I said this question was a great.
Yeah, it is not. It's a really good question. Really good question.
Uno reverse. What is acceptable by women but frowned upon by men?
Sitting down and taking a pee.
You think so?
Yeah.
I heard some men do that in the middle of the night and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like one dude, I first heard her in King of Queens or something like that, whatever. He's like, he sits down to pee.
Yeah.
At night, so he doesn't piss everywhere and shit like that, whatever.
Yeah.
And I looked at him like, sus, but then I was like, good. I said all of that.
That's what I'm saying.
I said all that, but then I left it and stuff with her because I'm like, I see the rationale and I see the logic behind it.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, and you see the rationale, right? And
so it's not frowned upon by me because
it's not frowned upon by you, right?
Right.
And I'm sure more than 90% of men have done it, right?
I already said that on the people I should.
Okay. Then you have those who do that, those who will do it. But will they admit to it? They won't admit to it because they know somebody in the background is going, sus! That nigga. You know what I mean? So it's still it's frowned upon as far as men is concerned.
I think for me, what's acceptable by women and was acceptable by women but frowned upon by men, real talk, is talking to strangers' kids. Talking to strangers' kids.
Yeah.
I think that is the most, like, for me, I think one day there was like 3 kids and stuff that were walking, like they were like coming into my building or coming by my building, and like say one was holding a bike and the other 2 was walking and stuff with them. And I seen these kids, like I just was playing my music and stuff, kind of walking into the building. And then I seen the kids, and the one kid with the bike, he's like, "Excuse me, mister, can we ask you something?" I was like, oh my God.
Scan the room quickly for cameras.
Yo, a bead of sweat. I think I had a hat on or something like that with it, and I felt the sweat just kind of formulate here.
Yeah.
When they said, I was like, I'm happy. You asked me, any grown-ass person asked me something, I'm happy to answer.
Yeah.
Kids are asking me and stuff, whatever one. I don't know the degree of question they're going to ask.
Right.
And then much as, 2, when people see us, when the other adults see us, they be like, why is this grown-ass black man with the beard and stuff over there talking to these 3 little boys? Pedophile, pedophile, pedophile. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't think that's kosher. I feel like, and what's so dope? One day, and I love this moment and stuff. I love your wife, by the way. One day, I think we went to a family function. Yeah. It was like a big kind of family function for like a specific family member who was younger.
Right.
And there was a little girl there running around. And I think she was a bigger little girl, stuff with a little chubby kid and stuff with her. And I think like her clothes was all out of proportion or some shit like that, whatever.
Right.
And your wife is like, hey, come here.
Yeah.
Come here.
Yeah.
And she fixed the little girl up.
Right.
And she fixed the little girl up for her to get back righteous and stuff in regular schedule program.
Right.
No man can ever do that. No man can ever do that.
No.
You're getting some charges, doc. And that's what I'm saying. I'm like, yo, and I said to your wife, I was like, yo, boss.
Yeah.
I seen it.
Right.
As a man.
Yeah.
I cannot.
Yeah.
I cannot, whatever, right? But like, I didn't speak up at the time and stuff. It'd be like, hey, somebody needs to fix up. Some lady needs to fix up this little girl.
Yeah.
Whose daughter is this?
Yeah.
But your wife took upon herself, she said, boom, boom, boom. And she looked at me like, it's nothing. No, it's okay for a woman. It's acceptable for a woman. A man can't do that shit.
A man can't do that shit. Listen, I remember I was in the grocery mart one day, right? And I was coming down the aisle, and then there was this. She looked East Indian, but she was very dark, right? And she had on one of those it was a cotton dress, right? And it was a green colored dress, right? But on the green colored dress, on her butt there was something, right? I can't remember if it was a piece of paper, if it was tape, but it was bright enough that you couldn't help but notice it, right? And I was second guessing myself if I should tell her or not, because
you're a man.
Yeah.
You're a man. You're a man.
And I was saying, but I don't want her to walk around and look stupid or silly. But I still had to question if I should approach her and tell her. Till I finally said that. I tapped her and said, listen, I don't mean to be rude.
Yeah, do it.
Right?
Do it.
I don't mean to be rude, and I don't want you to feel like I'm staring at you, but this is something that's noticeable.
And this is what I was saying pertaining to the hero shit.
Right.
I may be a hero, but I'm gonna do some villain shit.
Right.
Because it'd be like, yo, I was kind of low-key staring and stuff like that, whatever, but now I realize like, yo, this might be a problem.
Right.
I'm trying to do the hero shit now.
Right.
I'm trying to be the better person and stuff like that to help you. There was a lady, rest her soul, at my job, same way and stuff with her, right? She had something like on her, like her shirt. It was like a piece of string. She had a dark colored top on, whatever.
Yeah.
And like piece of string and stuff. And so I was like, you don't see that? She's like, see what? And it was kind of, I was like, nothing, but there was a string there and I just kind of turned my head like this. I'm like, please don't hit me with a me too. So she's like, what? So she kind of looked straight at her titty.
Right.
And she looked straight at her titty, so she kind of seen like it was like to the sides and shit. Oh my gosh, she started laughing. So she's like, yo, Marv, I told my husband this about what you said and everything like that.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, because he's a man. He's a man.
Yeah.
He's a man.
Yeah.
This shit.
And to where this thing was and how she couldn't reach it. And she asked if I could, I said, listen, are you sure? Right? First and foremost, are you sure?
No, Smooth. We talked about this a few episodes ago. Run a few red lights. Live a little. Loosen up the seatbelt. Catch a charge.
Nizzy.
Catch a charge. No. Fucking people.
And then she said, no, it's okay. It's okay. And I removed it and she thanked you.
Of course.
And I said, fair. But it's just like, you're right. It's just like, we're at that point where we got to think twice. If that was a woman would want to say, oh, you had something.
Done.
Say
less. Say fucking less.
Done.
Say fucking less. Yeah, I get it. I see it. I fear it. Good question, Easy. I said, when I seen this shit, I was looking like, why didn't I think of this topic? Good question, Easy. Why didn't I think of this? But that's all you. We still got 2 more to go. Mm-hmm. Next question, let's breeze through these. It comes from DJ Amp. What hits harder in your 40s than your 30s?
Getting out of bed.
I was thinking hangovers, dog.
Yeah.
I went to a Christmas party the other day and stuff, whatever, and I had to like shake shit off and stuff and kind of just like still perform, get ready to go to work the next day.
Yeah.
I blame myself for like how late I left. Because I was looking at stuff and I got just like, come on, Marv, shots. Come on, you never drink with us and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, y'all drink too much. Mm-hmm. Shots. Did the shots.
Yeah.
These shots hit harder than I expected. So I said, no, water for me because I need to get the fuck home.
Right.
I woke up the next day and stuff like that. Legit. It felt like somebody stomped on my head and stuff. I was sleeping in my bed. Legit. And I had to get up, drink some tea, hop in the shower and proceed to regular scheduled program and stuff, whatever. And I was like, what happened to me? Around my 25th birthday. It wasn't on my 25th birthday. Around my 25th birthday, they didn't buy me a birthday cake. They had the $3 company at the time. I want my cut the check. They had birthday cake, vodka.
Right.
We're not buying you a cake, Marvin. You're going to drink your cake. I drank the 25 shots like a champ.
Yeah.
Fast forward to a few years later and stuff, but I think like my bachelor party.
Right.
Which I was 27.
Right.
Yo, they were giving me vodka shots and all this type of stuff and champagne. You were there. Mm-hmm. Vodka shots and champagne and stuff, whatever. I was shaking it rough. And then at the end, when I got to the house, all on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
I was like, no.
Yeah, it's different.
2 years ago, I put down 25 shots with a fucking smile.
Yeah.
2 years later, I'm here on the sidewalk losing my guts and stuff, whatever, right? Mm-hmm. 37, going to Christmas parties and stuff like that. 2 drinks.
Yeah.
2 drinks. Yeah. I'm out here woozy.
Yeah.
2 drinks.
Yeah.
I feel like hangovers for me. Yeah. I'm not 40, but I feel like
Bruh,
when I hit to my 40s, I think I'm just gonna be like a water weed smoker. a water sipper weed smoker. That's what I think. Go ahead.
Nah, listen, man. Sometimes I be getting aches when I be coming out of bed, man.
The body pain.
The body pain.
The back pain. I feel like the back pain is real.
Back pain is real.
The back pain is real. I was walking one day and stuff. I was at the house and I lean, right? So I lean more to my left.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting like this stuff for a good portion of the time, watching whatever, let's say research purpose and shit like that. I finally get up. I got up, I was like, now I'm walking to go piss because I paused whatever I was watching to go piss. I feel like Terry Fox is going down my own damn hall in my damn apartment. Yeah. So I was like, yeah, this pain is real.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it's only going to get worse as you get older. So yeah, fuck that. Last question comes from Sophia100. Where do you find meaningful conversations?
Right here on the Podical Sons podcast.
I was about to say. That's a no-brainer.
No-brainer.
No-brainer. That's it, man.
That's it.
We ran through them things, though. We get them a hell of a close out of year thing, man.
Yeah.
So Say the Sons. I have a So Say the Sons. You ready for this?
Ready.
So Say the Sons this week says, if you're getting angry, think about the consequences. Tory. So Say the Sons. No, there's no Tory in there. There's no Tory. There's just, I think a lot of people and stuff now, and I can't speak for the teenagers who will listen to the show or the 20-somethings and stuff. I'm going to say like in the 30s, hopefully you're getting mature. Because like I said, there's people close to their 60s that kind of still cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Yeah. Right? But I just feel like this stuff is where you have to start weighing out what could happen if you do this.
Yeah.
Just in general.
Yeah.
Right? Like, okay, you could go here and everything could be great. And then you can go here and everything could go to shit. Mm-hmm. You might even lose your life in the process and stuff, whatever, right? I'm not saying to think in the extremes and stuff like that, but just be aware, especially like in fits of anger, when you're not in the control, like, control of your emotions.
Right.
How far it possibly can go.
Yeah.
Because like when I hear somebody angry say, I'm going to kill you, you can't take it too lightly.
No.
You cannot take it too lightly. Dan's bitch, I might take a little lightly, but that's just me.
Sounds like you think this. You think you're Yosemite Sam?
Yo, exactly. Hey, he was short like him. My bad.
Wait. Maybe. I mean.
Napoleon complex is real.
It's real.
Once again, folks, we are here at the end. Like, comment, subscribe, all in the above. Happy New Year to when you get this and stuff like that. Brace you for the new year. If you get this in 2023 in Infinity and beyond, we still here. We still rocking with you.
Looking at us and we look kind of fat. Just realize on Tuesday we back to Slim Thugging again.
Yeah, I'm about to get back to about to give birth to this food baby, Natalia later. So thank you for listening to the Podical Sons. Remember, the difference between genius and stupidity is that
genius has its limits.
Peace and love, y'all.
Peace.
Happy holidays.
The Podical Sons was not your average Joseph and Sofa King Marvelous.